Hey, I'm Matthew Keith. I just wanted to make a video of my weight loss journey. I had to cut weight for a fight. I lost 20 pounds in about 4 weeks, and I just wanted to walk you through that experience and share with you what I was feeling and how it went. I was bulking before that, where it wasn't a very hard bulk, and I was just trying to gain muscle weight, and so I started taking creatine, started eating more, and me and my brother would work out every day for 5 days a week for about 6 months. I weighed about 147, and then when I was at my peak weight, I was 165, 167. I'd just try to eat whenever I could. Even if I wasn't very hungry, I'd just try to eat. I'd probably eat 5 times a day or 6 times a day. My supplements, I'd take fish oil, a multivitamin, L-citrulline, creatine, protein. I think those were the main ones. Yeah, I was supplementing those every day. The creatine, I definitely feel like had the biggest effect with just the water going into my muscles. And after 2 weeks of taking creatine, I gained 10 pounds because my muscles were filled with water. So I felt like that was like the most noticeable difference. And the protein was really necessary so I could get all the calories and protein that I needed. I wasn't bulking very, very hard. It was calorie surplus of probably like 300 calories, and I was eating fairly clean. I normally eat pretty clean, but I wasn't having any scheduled eating or meal prep or anything like that. I just eat whatever I had. So I'd do oats, a scoop of protein, a scoop of peanut butter, blueberries, and cinnamon, and I'd have that almost every day. On my work days, I'd meal prep with rice and chili a lot of the times, where I'd just get a high protein chili and then I would just put it over rice and then add cheese, and then I'd just microwave that, and I'd have 3 of those at work, and then I'd get home and I would have something like fast food, Panda Express. I'd try to eat on the healthier side, like Cup Bop. We were doing benching, squat. We didn't do deadlift, and we did heavy weighted lunges is another leg workout that we did a lot. My strength went up crazily at the beginning of it. I was benching 180 when we started, and then by the end, my highest bench was 255, and I don't think I maxed out my squat, but one day, that was a really hard squatting day, I did 315 for 10 reps, 3 sets. For weighted lunges, I'd hold 90-pound dumbbells and do 10 reps on each leg for 3 sets. Everything was going up on strength. It was pretty impressive with the creatine before taking the creatine and after the strength results. My endurance went up a lot. I felt a lot stronger, and creatine's a crazy supplement. My brother was always skeptical about creatine, so I was thinking that it was kind of like a steroid or something like that before I knew anything about it. So I researched it a lot, and it's heavily researched, and you can watch some of the videos breaking down what it does, energy to the muscles and filling up the muscles with water. After I watched those videos, I felt like there was a lot of people that did it, and it was pretty safe, well-studied drug. And so I decided that I would try it, and then the results were insane when I tried it. Weight went up on everything. My size, I got like 10 pounds bigger in like 2 weeks. People could notice the difference when they saw me. Everybody was saying that I was looking big. It felt like it was a steroid. I felt good on it the whole time. I had no problems with it. I'm no doctor, but my understanding of steroids and creatine is steroids will promote muscle growth no matter what, if you're working out or not. Creatine will just help your muscles recover. Your muscles not fatigue as fast, but if you don't do anything, your muscles just absorb more water, but they don't get bigger and you don't get more muscle fibers. That's what I understand from it. I'm not a doctor, so if that's not true, then don't come at me for that. I got to my heaviest and my strongest, and then I got injured through fighting because I was starting to train in fighting a lot more, and I got injured when I was wrestling. A guy grabbed my leg, and I tried to kick away, and then it tore my meniscus, a pretty big tear, and so I had to get surgery on it. And then I got that surgery, and I couldn't put any weight on that leg for about 3 months. I was still working out my upper body, but then my lower body, the leg that I got surgery on, atrophied pretty significantly. You could clearly tell which one got surgery because it was a lot smaller. After the 3 months was up, so I could start putting weight on my leg, I was working out and just trying to take it easy go, but I was just really excited, overly excited, and I think that I pushed it a little too far, so I'm still feeling it, but hopefully it's just gonna heal up again, and hopefully I didn't mess up the stitches or make it so I have to get surgery later for it. Started training heavy for the boxing match because I didn't want to do MMA yet. I didn't want to get taken down or leg kicks to my injured leg. That's why I went strictly for boxing. Yeah, then I've just been training specifically for boxing lately and that Golden Gloves match because Jamie from my gym told me that he was going to join and he told me to join, and I thought it was going to be really fun. I wasn't sure if I was able to join because it was saying that there was only a section for me. When I was trying to join on the website, it was saying that there was only elite fighters, and to be an elite you had to have 10 matches or more, amateur matches or more, and I didn't have any. I would text the fight promoters and the people that were hosting the fight, and I talked to them about it, and they said that they would fix that, and it was about a little bit more than a month before. Then I was trying to decide what weight I should cut to because I was at 165. I was thinking maybe I should cut to 139 because I'm shorter, so maybe I would do better at a smaller weight class. So I signed up, and then I signed up for 145. That's when I started cutting weight for it. One of my first times cutting weight for a singular fight, and so I started cutting weight too fast. I stopped taking creatine, which helped me cut water weight. I just dropped my calories to probably 1,500, 1,700 a day, and I dropped to 150 probably within like 2.5 weeks. My meals, I was starting to do meal prep with lean beef, rice, and vegetables, and I would have that 3 or 4 times a day. And then I was needing to cut weight, so I kept the meat the same. I added more vegetables, and I cut out rice, and then I only had 2 of those meals. And then in the morning I'd have breakfast, which would be oats, powdered peanut butter so it doesn't have all the fat that normal peanut butter does, protein powder, and blueberries. So those are pretty low calorie stuff, and I wouldn't have that much oats. I would have 2 meals at work, 2 of the beef and vegetables, and then I would have a little snack, which was like rice cake with peanut butter and honey on it, or an apple, or just like a little snack for my 3 breaks. One of them would just be a little snack break. And then when I got home, I would eat another little snack and I'd drink some water, and then I'd just go to sleep and do it again. Yeah, after I cut creatine out and I started cutting down on my meals, I lost like 15 pounds in probably 2.5 weeks, and then I just kept going, losing more and more weight. I was working out at the time, and it was more conditioning work than anything, and I also was training for boxing, so it was conditioning the mornings and then boxing in the afternoons. And I'd wake up at 3:45, and then I'd work out at 4 and do some conditioning at 4 to 5. Then I'd go to work whenever, on the days that I had work. Then after that, I would go to the boxing gym, train, and then go home, sleep, and then I'd do it again. A lot of conditioning work. I didn't do a lot of stuff on treadmill or running because of my knee, so I wanted to do low impact work. And so the Echo bike, I'd do sprints, Tabatas, so like 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off, and I would do that for the rounds, like 2 minutes, and then have a minute break, and then 2 minutes, and then have a minute break. I would do the stairs, the stair machine, which you just go up the stairs. Yeah, I did those ones a lot. Then some days I'd just do normal workout, which was mostly upper body. I haven't done a ton of lower body stuff, except for my calves, but I just try to keep it light with the lower body and just try to let my knee heal. That stuff helped me lose weight, I think, a lot. And I was eating super clean. I didn't have any cheat meals or anything like that. I just always ate clean. It was not very hard, but I was super irritable all the time at work. I was just pissed off at everybody. I talked to people at work that were ticking me off, and normally I could just deal with it. But when I was on a cut, I couldn't deal with it. So I had to talk to people, and just because they were just messing around, but I had to talk to them and get after them because I was just so angry. And then if I didn't, I could have got fired or let go. So I just had to talk to people, just be aware of how I was feeling. that day, a lot quicker to anchor, and I was thinking about food all the time, and I was hungry all the time. I never felt full. At the end of it, it just felt like I was constantly starving. Even after I ate, it felt like I couldn't get full because it felt like my body didn't have enough nutrients. Just starving the whole time, then that just makes you like more angry, and so you don't want to deal with annoying people. But I was just super focused. Like mind fog that you get, I didn't have that mind fog. My mind felt super focused on what I wanted to get and my goals. I really liked that aspect of it. I did not like being really irritable, being really angry. It's good to be able to have a clear mind, and I did like that aspect of it a lot. My strength has, I feel like, gone down quite a ways. Not an insane amount. When I tried to bench, my previous bench was 255, and I was able to get one of those, not maxing out, not just my 1 rep PR. I was able to do 225 for 4 or 5. Then when I was cutting weight, I could only get one of 225, so my strength went down a bit. I didn't really notice it from the day to day, just kind of when I was lifting, there's some weights that I could normally do that I couldn't do when I was on the cut, and I felt a little bit less energetic, where I'd have more gas normally. I just didn't have it. When I was cutting weight, I actually cut more weight than I needed to for the weight class that I was going into. This is the first time I did it, so I wasn't sure. I was just kind of scared, making sure that I'd be on weight, because I used to do wrestling and I never missed weight, and so I was just gonna make sure that I've never missed weight. When I did it, the boxing match, I weighed in the day before and I was 145, and then the guy that I was supposed to fight that day didn't show up, so I went back again the next day. I weighed in at 147 and I fought the guy that day. Really fun. I fought at 147. It was a great fight. I won that fight. For that fight and the breakdown of my fight, you can click on that here. If you're trying to cut weight, there's some things that I would recommend. Firstly, I'd recommend make sure that you're getting enough to keep your energy up and to not lose weight too fast. A calorie deficit of 200, 100, just so you start losing weight slowly instead of losing weight significantly, because I feel like when you lose weight significantly, your body just makes you think that you're starving constantly. And then just make sure that you don't indulge in your impulses, eat the fast food or to indulge in the garbage food, because it just makes you feel worse. When you have it and you've been eating really clean, it just makes you feel terrible. When you're thinking about what you're gonna eat, you wanna focus on protein, veggies, and then you wanna cut out fats is probably the most important thing to cut out, because they have a lot more calories in each gram. They have 9 calories per gram instead of 4 with protein and carbs. Carbs, they add up when you're eating rice or anything like that. They add up too. So you wanna just make sure that you're keeping track of the calories that are going in your body. Just be comfortable with being hungry when you're losing weight, because you gotta just realize that that's one of the side effects. It's not a bad thing that you're hungry. That's how you know it's working, and that's how you know that you're losing weight, is if you're hungry. Just focus on that. Meal prepping makes it a lot easier. Simple meal prep. I'll do a video for the simple meal prep that I do, and it's some meal prep videos are just seem a little bit complex, and mine is just 3 ingredients that's super quick that I eat all the time, but I don't get meal fatigue. I could eat that same thing. As long as it's good, I could eat the same thing for months. I feel like it doesn't bother me as long as it's good. You make something you like, you can change the spices around and that changes the meal a lot, but when you just keep it simple like that, it just makes it a lot easier for you to make sure that you're keeping track of what you're eating. Yeah, keeping track what's in your body. Now that I'm not on the cut, I just have been eating kind of whatever I feel like. I've been eating, not been watching my calories that much, just because I just feel like I'm gonna eat whatever I feel like eating. After the 1 week after the fight, I would eat whatever I wanted. Buffets, I'd eat a ton of buffets, restaurants. I was able to eat so much because my body just felt like it was starving. So I was just able to down so much food. I could eat a lot more than my friends that were bigger than me because my body just felt like it was starved. I think I'm probably 153 right now. So I'm not back to my 165, but I'm slowly coming back up. For the next fight, I think I'm gonna fight at the same weight. So I'm gonna have to cut weight again. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see my fight video and my fight breakdown, you can click here. If there's anything that you'd like me to make a video on, comment that below and I'll read the comments. Stay strong and have a good one. See you in the next video.